Hello and welcome back to another L and N Autocare video. In today's video I'm going to be testing out various snow foam lances I've acquired over the years. They range from around $18.99 all the way up to £71. Doing this video maybe can help you along in the future. Maybe it's not worth buying the expensive ones, or maybe it is, who knows. But these are the ones I'm going to be testing out today, from cheapest to most expensive. Here we have the Top Tech Snow Foam Lance, which is currently available on Euro Car Parts. I believe the price at the minute, check-in just 2 minutes ago, was around $18.99. Next up, we have the lance that comes free with most other products. By itself, it is £19.90. Next, we have the Halfords Advanced, which is currently $34.99 on their website. Then we have the Auto Glim Polar Blaster, which is available for £45.98. And on the end, we have the most expensive one, which is the MJJC Foam Cannon 3.0S, which is available on their website for £71. In this video, I'm going to be basing everything on certain criterias. So first up, we've got the ease of filling. Obviously, some of them got a quite wide neck, some of them got a very narrow neck. Next up then is the build quality. Next up, we have usage. I'll be basing this on 500ml and seeing how long it takes to use the product. The next criteria then is max thickness, where I'll turn it all the way up to see which one gets those best Instagram shots. And then there'll be an overall score at the end. And we'll find out which one I personally think was the best. The Snow Foam Lance is probably one of the most used I've ever had. I've had this for many years because back in the day I just couldn't afford one of the most expensive snow foam lances out there. Luckily enough, Top Tech and Euro Car Parts came to the rescue. It has seen its fair share of wear and tear. As you can see, it is quite discoloured. And unfortunately, the neck on the bottle has become unthreaded or double threaded. It's completely stripped. It just about holds on now, but yeah, really good build quality for the price. The Arva Snow Foam Lance, although quite discoloured from a purple snow foam that I've been using, it is really good. It is quite well built. It is majority just plastic, unfortunately, not the brass that we're used to on some of the other ones or even the cheaper ones. But it is a good bottle, and it does the job when it's needed. The Halfords Advanced Snow Foam Lance. It's definitely a good snow foam lance. The build quality is there. It is very similar to the Top Tech. But yeah, unlike some of the other ones, because of the fatter bottom on the bottle, it hasn't fallen over as many times. It has had a fair bit of usage, and it's working absolutely fine, no issues whatsoever. The Auto Glim Polar Blaster is probably the second most used snow foam lance I have. It's been thrown in and out of cars. It's been dropped on the floor. It's been tipped over. It's been through everything, and it survived with pretty much without a scratch. It is really good quality. It's a mixture of plastic and brass yet again, but it just seems a little bit more robust than some of the other ones, and it definitely shows that in the wear and tear that it hasn't come to over the years of usage that I've given it. The build quality of the MJJC Snow Foam Cannon 3.0S is really, really robust. I've dropped it multiple times and it's just survived, and there's no issue whatsoever. The performance is all still there. The fixtures are made from a mixture of brass and plastic, but yeah, it's not brittle plastic. It can take a whack. Really good quality. Build quality: the Autoglim 9, Top Tech 6, although he would score more than I if the bottle was still whole. The MGGC 9, Halfords 7, and the Arva 6, predominantly because it was just plastic. For this test, I'll be using the Expert 60 Snowform Max. This is a snow foam that I received free with a bundle of Arva. I don't think it's associated with them, and this is why I'm using it, because it's not associated with anybody else, as it wouldn't be fair if I use Halford's Advanced Snow Foam in the MJGC or the Autoglim in the Top Tech. Some snow foams are designed for certain snow foam lances. Yeah. I will be using I think 50 ml of the product to 450 ml of water, which should give me 500 ml altogether. And I'll also be seeing how long that lasts out of the snow foam lances. For filling, we have the Autoglim 10 out of 10, extremely easy. Top Tech 5 out of 10. MJJC 10 out of 10. Halfords 5, as is pretty much the same thing as the Top Tech. And Yava 7, as they were just slightly easier to fill. Usage, the Autoglim, I managed to get around the car 1.5 times and it had nothing left inside of it. But it also wouldn't go to half dilution. Nothing would come out, no sort of foam or anything. Top Tech, I managed to get around the car 2.5 times until it had nothing left in it, and that was 3/4 dilution. It wouldn't give anything at half. The MJJC, I managed to get around the car 3 times and it had 200ml, and that was at half dilution rate on the nozzle. The Halfords, I managed to get around the car 3 times and it had 260ml left in it, but that was at 3/4 dilution and not half like the MJJC. And then the Ava, I only managed to get around 3/4 of the car and it was completely empty. Max thickness for those Instagram pictures. The Autoglim only scored a 5. Top Tech, the same as the Autoglim, just a 5. The MJJC 9. Halfords 9. And the Ava 4. But obviously this could all be down to the product and not the snow foam. But every one of them had the same thing, and the Halfords and the MJJC managed to bring it out nice and thick. So overall in last place was the Ava. He scored a 17 out of a possible 30, and he was then given 6 points as he came last in the usage test. In 4th place was the Top Tech. It got 16 out of 30, but then he was given 8 points as it lasted a little bit longer than some of the others in the usage test. In 3rd place was the Halfords with a possible 21 out of 30, but he was given the maximum 10 out of 10 for the usage test. And in 2nd place was the Autoglim Polar Blast. He scored a 24 out of 30 and he was given 7 points in the usage test. And in 1st place was the MJJC 3.0. It scored a possible 28 out of 30 and he was also given 9 points for coming 2nd in the usage test.